So Neil, how much you spend per month on content?
If I had a guess, I would say conservatively at least $100,000 a month.
Neil has been spending that kind of money for the last 4 to 5 years, and he approaches content and personal branding on another level. He's not trying to make an extra 10 to 20K a month. He's trying to put an extra 10 to 20 million in his bank account. And so the hacks that he implements is not which color to use in your thumbnail or what to say in the intro to improve retention. Like guys, if you're looking to sell a get rich quick course to a bunch of teenage boys, you need to go study Iman Ghazi. But if you're looking to sell to the top executives of Silicon Valley startups and Fortune 500 companies, then Neil is the perfect guy to study from. And in this interview, he does not hold back. He tells us how to hire an amazing content team, a team that's so good that you can just send them over a video and they'll edit it to perfection on the first draft. You don't even have to look or give them notes. How to speak at top conferences and events, even if you're a nobody. So after you speak at the event and walk down from the stage, you have a bunch of your ideal customers who come to you and try to sell themselves to you, not the other way around. And he talks about how to befriend top journalists so that they publish your content on the best publications like Wall Street Journal and New York Times. So without further ado, let's get started on his first insight, which is how to use short form and long form content in a way that they help each other out.
We used to post a lot of long form content on channels like YouTube, but we shifted our strategy over time for short form content. Reason being, TikTokification.
Short form is the best for discoverability, especially if you have a small channel, because one, short form content can be published on 4 different platforms, and 2, it's a really good way to figure out if the audience actually likes your style of content. But the drawbacks of short form content is that it's not good for trust and relationship building. That type of stuff only happens on long form content. And that's one of the reasons I'm making a long form video right here. But the problem with long form content is that it takes a really long time to make and a lot of effort. And nothing feels worse than spending a whole week or a couple weeks on a long form video and the video just bombing and not doing well. So what's the solution? Well, you gotta do what Neil is doing.
People are used to short form content. They want bite-sized information. These platforms are pushing short form content more than long form content. So what we do is we focus on short form. When we find the short forms that do well, we then create long form.
Neil uses short form content as an experiment to see whether the audience likes the topic or not. And if the video does well, then he knows to spend time and effort and make a long form content on the same topic. As I said in the beginning, this video is not about how to make an extra 20 to 30K a month. This video is about how to build a personal brand that is so strong that you can use it to spin off multiple 9-figure businesses like Neil has. And if you're that ambitious, you've got to realize you can't do this on your own. You need to hire a world-class team, a team that is better than you at doing a lot of the tasks like video editing or social media management or content strategy. And so when Neil goes to hire these top guys, he's not going on Upwork and Fiverr.
When we're trying to hire people, we do post job openings, but that's not really how we find people. We literally go on LinkedIn, look to see who worked for our competitors, look to see who continually got promoted, and then we hit them up. It really is that simple.
And if you're on the fence because you're like, dude, I know my competitors, I don't want him to think that I'm stealing his top talent, then Neil's script is perfect for you.
And we don't ask them, hey, are you interested in a new job? Most people ignore that. We say things like, hey John, hey Ash, hey Neil, whatever the person's name is. Amazing job at X, Y, and Z company. Love what you're doing. We're actually looking for someone similar to you. Do you know anyone who'd be a good fit? Here's a little bit about our organization. And a lot of times they'll raise their hand saying, hey, I'm actually interested in a job, would love to talk. And it's indirect, but it's a great way to get applicants to respond.
I then asked Neil about something that I've seen a lot of people do. They take the transcript or the script of the YouTube video, they put it into ChatGPT and they turn it into an article that they can now publish either on Medium or on their own website as a blog. It's a really smart and easy way to repurpose your content. And I was thinking, who better to ask than Neil Patel, the GOAT of SEO?
So what a lot of marketers are doing right now is they're taking transcripts of their popular videos, putting it into ChatGPT and having it write an article. This is smart and dumb at the same time. And when I say dumb, I don't want anyone to get offended by it. I do a lot of things that are dumb. It's smart because it gives you a head start and you can then modify from there and create something that's really unique in your own tone of voice and something that's super thorough. The reason I say it's dumb is, and it's not necessarily dumb, it's more so bad, a lot of marketers are getting lazy and they're just using that ChatGPT version and publishing it without really spending the time and effort to modify it and make it amazing. And for content to do well, it really needs to be modified.
Guys, a lot of people like reading content. Like you and me may not be like this because we obviously, like I'm making a video and you're watching it, but a lot of people are out there and they like reading content. Also, converting clients from video is kind of hard because you need to get them to leave YouTube and go to your website. But if they're reading your articles, they're already on your website. So it's very easy to convert them into clients. If you want really simple edits like the video you're watching right now, our team can do it. But at the same time, if you want really complex edits and animations like the ones you're seeing on your screen, our team can do those too. If you want to work with me, scroll down and check the pinned comment or the links in the description to apply and get a chance to work with me.
Some of the best online strategies I've done is speaking at events, doing press interviews, and you can find a lot of them when you go to conferences, and just networking and getting to know people. It really does build up your brand one by one. So the way you get a speaking spot when you haven't spoken before is you look at all the events within your space, you hit them up, and you ask them to be included in their conference. You apply to speak. They usually have forms. You talk about what you're going to talk about based on what you feel you can offer a lot of value. You give them bullet points. You'll either be selected or you won't. It literally is a numbers game. And once you get selected to speak, at these events, there's going to be a lot of journalists. And what I recommend you do is when you get accepted to speak at an event, hit these people up and ask them if they want to meet with you and how you can discuss a few things that you know they write about, and talk to them about a different perspective than they've actually written about, because they'll give them a new hot take. And in most cases, they'll want to meet up. If you just do those things, you'll start building up your brand through offline events. And I recommend that you do this at least once a quarter, if not 2 or 3 times a quarter.